what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another set of Zenless Zone Zero reactions. Today we have Seed's theme, apparently. This is requested by Icyba in the comments of the last video. This is going to be Tearforged Blossoms and Flora. I think because Flora is only about a minute long, I'm just going to do them directly back to back and talk after that. So I guess that's what I'll do. And without further ado, let's go. Ooh. Ooh. Beautiful. Oh, that's so fragile. That's so soft. That's... I don't know whose seed it is, but whoever it is going through some shit. Beautiful. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. God. Ooh. Okay. That was a choice there. It's a little faster now, but like... This is one of those songs that just, it's telling such a clear story. This is, oh. And I love that. I don't know why they're doing that. That substitution for that note up there at the top. Why? Jesus fucking Christ, that's such an emotional song. Oh. Okay, that was it. Is it gonna autoplay into the next one? It is. Here we go. We're doing it live. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, the string buzz is even in the mix here. That might be a byproduct of a sample, though. Still kind of a cool texture, though. Beautiful revisit to that motif there. Woo! A little bit of a lift on that part. All right, gonna pause it before it tries to move on, as I assume that's the end there, given it has 3 seconds left. What a beautiful pair of songs. That first, I didn't really know what to expect going into this one. Sometimes people give me a little bit. All I knew was that it's Seed's theme, whatever the hell that means, whoever the hell that is, right? Like, without that context, I don't have an idea of what the character would look like, what their story would be or could be. But that song immediately, just like fucking immediately, was like, oh, this character isn't just going through life, they're dragging through some shit. Like, this is an emotional composition. Good Lord. Okay, so right now, I unfortunately do not have the ability to do my usual piano camera, but that doesn't mean I can't explain what's going on in the song. I'm just going through some changes with like how I lay stuff out, and things are just not where I can actually use a piano. I only save that for now because not everyone makes it to this part of the video, so for those of you who are interested in seeing that, I am sorry. It'll be back in a few days, so no worries about that being a long-term thing. Either way, this song, why is it beautiful? Why do I love it so much? Why is it so gorgeous? It's mostly just the movement of it. The natural progression of this song is constantly moving around and dancing in that fragility by using a lot of little minor scale things going on. Not necessarily minor scales, but also kind of. We're in F sharp minor for this song, at least as far as I can tell, and the chord progression seems to be largely like D, E, F sharp minor. But what makes this sound so large and emotional is that it goes from a D to an E to the lower F sharp minor. Like it goes down the lower octave, hits that below E, the lower E, and then jumps back up to the first D, and then it loops that through, but then it goes to the upper F sharp minor. So we get that natural progression of going up, down, getting pulled down a little bit further with that E, and then it brings you right back up, and then it pulls you back up with that fragility on the top end. There's also like C sharp minor and B minor in here that kind of act as like little in-between chords for a little bit more emotional depth, but largely those three chords are the entirety of what this song is and why it's so beautiful with all that, because with that simplicity you can have a lot more freedom to do these like little solo note things, a lot of these little fills and sort of scales that are happening throughout the song that make the entire piece feel a little bit more light, because all of that's happening like an octave or two above where the main chord progression is happening, and that body is being tapped on by everything else above it. So there's this dance going on in this other area, and that's where that beauty comes from. That's where that like whole quality of this track comes from, and why the song sounds so fragile at the same time, because it's all these lonely notes in the upper part surrounded by this larger base of notes, but also the way that those are moving is constantly up and down, kind of flowing in and out, or maybe like a fishtail sort of effect with how it's like going up and then pulling back down and coming back up. And that's that sort of natural flow that comes with this track. And it just works so beautifully well. It's a fantastically crafted piece of music here. And again, the emotion that comes with that, the flexibility is one thing, but just the choice of chords here. You have chords that are two major chords followed by a sharp minor, so that is immediately going to break the norm in your brain. It's positive, sad, or, you know, a little bit more downtrodden than the two major chords leading into it. And then the other chords that are in here aren't majors either. Those are also a sharp minor and a minor. So we're just getting a lot of sad in this song in a general sense. But the fact that the D and the E are in here is helpful, because it's like, okay, there's a little bit of that optimism, just enough to lead you astray thinking that things are going to be okay. They're not. And this song is so sad. It's so sad. I can't get over how fucking sad this song is. This sounds like somebody who's been lost and forgotten. This is somebody who's kind of like I was mentioning during the reaction, is just like they've been through some shit, some major shit. And like what they're dealing with now is kind of just the aftermath of it all. And this entire song feels like the deepest, most exhaustive breath you could ever take. There's so much that has happened, and you're just like, I think I'm good. And that's just kind of the essence that this song gives. With that motion of the flow, there's something there. This character has probably always gone with the flow, but that flow has since started to crumble, and now they are starting to crumble is what it kind of feels like. That emotional fragility comes in at that point, and this is just sad. You know, there is that positivity in there, like I mentioned, that little bit of optimism that's like, okay, there's still some degree of positivity in here, but I think that it's been basically completely relegated to going, oh, well, that's the positivity I had. That is still my core being. My personality is still a hopeful one, but the world tried to sway me otherwise, and now I'm just kind of tired, you know? It doesn't give like becoming a villain or anything. It's not that level where it doesn't feel like it's leading into anything. It feels like somebody's just tired and they're just done. And I don't know where the end goal of that emotion leads for this character, because the song, even with Flora there, doesn't really answer anything. But the titles kind of do. So we have Tearforged blossoms and then Flora. So clearly flower heavy things. Tearforged obviously leading into that emotion of the song. So I'm sitting here like, okay, Tearforged blossoms. Character has something to do with flowers in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they were just a fan of flowers. That seems to be a thing I've noticed in some Zenless characters, so sure. But maybe they were like a florist or something, and this is like a side story. Or it's just some degree of like, flowers mean something to them very intrinsically. It's part of who they are, and that beauty is reflected in this unfortunate situation that they've been put in, and that's where the Tearforged comes from. And then Flora, which is largely just, it's a greater image of what blossoms and flowers are. Flora is like fauna. It's anything that grows. It's anything. So I'm figuring, I'm doing my fucking Limbus Company thing where I'm like, I'm trying my best to figure out a character story out of this, out of just the titles and just what the song is doing. This song did such a beautiful job at building this character that I feel comfortable guessing the character, given that the song is Tearforged blossoms and that's the main theme and that's what we got there. And then Flora is a more broad term. I feel like what happened was there's a character who went through a bunch of shit. Flowers are a big part of their personality, and then they died in a field of flowers. And that's where they are now, and Flora has covered them, is kind of what I'm getting, like over the grave, essentially. And that would be a very poetically beautiful way to end a character story. So that's my guess. I don't know if that's accurate. I do this with Limbus Company too, and people get freaked out when I'm accurate. Hopefully I'm not too accurate, because I don't want you guys starting to think I'm the fucking second coming like they do. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just listening to music, and sometimes, a lot of the time in Limbus Company, because they're so good at it, but they're really good at it with Zenless too. The team is amazing at just nailing that emotion every single time. So I'm confident in guessing that type of a story out of this song, but also I don't know. So like, let me know. I like to know. I like to be told the stories when I get things wrong or right. I like people kind of going, oh yeah, you're okay. You're on the right track at least, or you are completely off. You're an absolute moron. How dare you even consider doing this as a job? And either way is totally fine by me. Whatever the case may be, I just like to try my best and like swing the bat regardless if I hit the ball, you know? So let me know how close or far I am on that. But this song might be one of my favorite songs in the game now. Just based on composition alone, this is an absolute fucking banger of a track. Not for all the electronic stuff that I also love. This is up there though. Like as a composition, this song is probably top 10 of all things. Sure, the vibes are definitely a different category for me, and there's a lot of songs I would put above this one in the vibe category, but like as far as composition goes, this is definitely top 10 for me. This is absolutely fucking amazing work by the team there. I don't know who composed it. I didn't see the credit for who did, but whoever did, absolutely golden work. Fucking timeless masterpiece here, honestly. But I think I've yapped enough about this one, so again, let me know how close I am, and if you enjoyed this video, let me know that down in the comments below as well. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!